Hello and good evening. Thank you for tuning in again. So today's little rant is all about we have a choice. Now, you wouldn't think it, given the rubbish, and that's the polite term, that is currently on legacy media. I can't even call it MSM anymore. It's just so brain dead. And when the OSN decided to disappear, I don't know how many thousands, I think it was 23,000 excess deaths. I mean, it just made me think of Soviet reporting. I mean, this was why Brezhnev was on a bottle of aspirin a day towards the end of his term, before he died, because he just wasn't getting anything right. And how can you get anything right if the statistics are wrong? And so I just made a little list of all the rants I come across on the social media platforms that I frequent. So there's no shortage of them. There's politics in general. There's the economy. There is the certain medical intervention and the so-called epidemic that preceded it. There is a question of freedom of speech with Julian Assange. There are upcoming elections, which, once again, I'll get back to. We'll just go down the list. There is a whole society question, regardless of the invasion taking place. This woke thing seems to be a door that lets anything in, especially when it comes to lowering standards, lowering expectations, lowering self-esteem, and this is ridiculous. Then there are dysfunctions. Like, if you can't fill in the potholes, get another job. Or if the heat's too hot, get out of the kitchen. There are these peculiar wars, these proxy wars, which can have very nasty consequences and very quickly. Once again, don't play with fire. We have basically the quality of the person when it comes to politics. What was it Martin Luther said about the quality of their character? Well, this is what we have. We have people without any character and absolutely no quality whatsoever. Not one of them's got an original thought in their head. They're all reading off the same damn script. So we have illegal immigration, and they're coming over, as someone rightly observed, in the same standard make of dinghy, in the same standard brand of life jacket. It's all very convenient, isn't it? Okay, it could go on and on and on. But basically, it would appear that there is a campaign, not just a campaign, but a very conscious, directed, controlled effort to lower our expectations. And there are many, many ways that we can make it abundantly clear that we're not bloody well putting up with it. And yes, the House of Commons has quite obviously become, as one writer quite rightly said, a public convenience. So, I hope there isn't any trouble with the volume. We have to do something. So in the description, I have left lots of associations. The latest one I came across was the People's Food and Farming Alliance. So I would like you to please look them up via your favorite search engine, which hopefully will be replaced by another very soon. I would like you, if you have the time, to look up some of the other groups. but there's also a reading list and there's a viewing list. Now, I get my news from alternative platforms. I haven't looked or watched any BBC or any legacy media for years now. If I buy a legacy media paper, it will be Le Monde or Le Monde Diplomatique, and that will be it. All right. We have many, many ways of getting around this and of taking control. And it really is a matter of taking control. Now, I'm not saying to everybody, you must do this, you must do that. There are things you like doing, there are things that you're good at. We all have gifts that we can share with others, and we take those gifts to those who will welcome them. And you'll be very surprised at how many people will be very, very grateful, and how things snowball. Now, I do believe that we do have to maintain the pressure. It is a war, and they have asked for war, they have declared war, but we have to remain legal, we have to remain courteous, we have to remain in control. It's all about control, self-control, and then controlling these poor, sad, deluded people. So we have to maintain the emails, maintain the handwritten letters, maintain the demonstrations, or you can call them protests if you like, I prefer demonstrations, a presence at the local council. Now, I can really understand not everybody wanting to do that. That's fair enough. There are other gifts that these people have, and I'm sure you have many that can be used elsewhere in other organizations. But if we want things to get better, we're going to have to jolly well do it ourselves, and we're going to have to take control. And it doesn't matter if you voted Labour or Conservative all your life. It's the same party now. They're reading from the same hymn sheet. It's the difference between Vegemite and Marmite, for God's sake. That was well put, wasn't it? Very polite. So, I would like to know what you would like help with, and the people you would like to meet, and the people or the information that you consider necessary to exercise your choices, because your choices are enormous. You don't have to sit down, no matter how old or young you are, and take this any longer. It's over. Now, please do put your suggestions, your comments, and do not hesitate to say, no, I don't like your tack, I don't like your attitude, whatever. That's absolutely fine, so long as I know which way I'm going and if I'm barking up the wrong tree or not. So please do just write down what you think. You don't have to be obscene. You can just say, I agree, I don't agree, and here's why, and so on. But there are many, many things we can do, and we have to work together, and we have to help each other. Because if we all stay in our own bubble, they will burst each bubble one by one without any problem. But they can't get us all at once. So we do have to unite. Now, I would also like to know, because one of my hobbies for the last 30 years has been ufology, which has also taken me to the esoteric, the occult, and obviously archaeology. And I have a huge amount of documentation on this. I've also got some beautiful, beautiful archaeological relics of my own. I've got all sorts of goodies, and I'd love to share that if anybody is interested, which will make a change from the Ranting Revolutionary. And ufology does take you into the paranormal because we're not dealing with the same set of physics here. And I was very pleased to note that NASA has actually acknowledged the existence of a 10th planet, which the Sumerians, many thousands of years ago, told us all about. They called it Nibiru, and recent astronomers called it Planet X, without wishing to get into any other controversies. But NASA has finally admitted it does exist, which is enormous. Well done, NASA. NASA stands, by the way, for never a straight answer. So, please let me know how you think we should proceed in putting this country back to its proper position. We don't have to put up with it, and we're not jolly well going to put up with it. Now, let's all put our heads together, and some elbow grease, and some leg work and footwork, and whatever else, whatever other talents we have, and let's not take this rubbish lying down. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful evening. I have to go to a council meeting in the pouring rain, but never mind. Such is life.